So, John McGuinness, welcome back to Bennetts Social. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for having us at the house all day long, chatting your ears off. We just wanted to use this time as a bit of a catch-up, really. I don't think we've really properly spoke to you since really the NEC. So,
no,
it's been a busy few weeks for you, but since Christmas, I mean, I think the first thing really we need to talk about is Rossi's ranch. That was some event, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolute class, mate. Honestly, really, really special. He's invited me a few times before. I've been to Macau, or just clashed with this, or clashed with NEC, or blah blah blah. Then I bust my leg, so I just missed that little boat. And then I sort of nudged him up. I said, "Oh, what's the crack with the ranch?" And I touched base with Tim and Tom about riding. So Valentino liked the idea, like me, sort of running the team, if you like, organising, getting across there, and for me, I needed to take two solid, safe hands. You know, if I'd have took somebody across there who T-boned Valentino and did some damage to him, it would have been a nightmare for me. But I'd have been like, oh my God. So yeah, fantastic. I mean, well organised, slick, track prep, place, weather was good. You know, like jaw dropping to see the speed of his academy lads. You know, like Valley was unreal to ride, to see, to watch, to listen to. Yeah, the boys did a good job. They did a good job. I mean, they finished the race. I think it was 13th, going okay between them. They did the night race as well, the Americano thing they call it, under floodlit. So yeah, we had some good food, had a few beers. We got trekked properly. He puts you in a lovely hotel. After the event, big party on DJ. The DJ was Valentino, who was spinning the old decks, whatever you do these days. Went with my son Ewan, he works for Monster. So yeah, we had a great weekend. It was really sort of pinchy moment stuff to be invited to that, and it didn't make you feel that way though. It makes you feel super, super welcome. And I'm in touch with Valentino a bit. You know, I was sending a few jokes and a few bits on WhatsApp and a few them voice messages. You know, actually talk on the voice messages. So, yeah, I mean, we've did a good job there between us all, and job's on for this year now again, innit? Yeah. So we'll be going back.
Were you a bit gutted that you weren't riding, or were you happy? Were you stood on the edge going, "I'm pretty glad I'm not out there"?
Do you know what? In lots of ways, I wish I was. I would love a spin there, but honestly, the list,
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
You know, Costa, Marini, Bezzecchi, Bastianini, you know, it goes on and on. I mean, the Bagnaia was riding, you just like, where'd you start, you know? I mean, I got there, the earliest I could get there, they'd all been on track an hour, and I got to the track and I'm like, the boys are absolutely full send everywhere. There's no way I could grant their speed. But I've been invited again to have a spin. So he just says, look, when there's nobody here, we'll have a bomb round. And it's like a well-oiled gear, you know, that after a race, they've out grading machines, magic wheels, like rolling. And yeah, it's just, they've got it to a T. And I think it's actually a special material that Rossi has mixed. You know, it's like a limestone cement type. There's nobody gets dirty on the track. You know, normally if you're on a speedway track or something, or a flat track, you get off the back wheel and you get filled in and always like whipping tear-offs off, but nobody gets any dirt on them. So it looks a real fantastic spectacle as well. So it was nice and shiny going around. But yeah, it was class. It was absolutely class. I can't say anything any more than that. It was just a super, super experience. And you know, I went to his little shop and went to the VR46 headquarters, and yeah, you know, you can see why these guys are hard to beat. I'll tell you, they're just spitting them out on a conveyor belt. So yeah, they're gonna be hard to beat for a while, then, boys.
What else have you been up to then since that? Because that was before Christmas, wasn't it? So. Or was that after
Do you know
Christmas?
what? I think it was after Christmas.
It all rolls into one, doesn't it?
Just after New Year, we went on a family holiday to Thailand, which was absolutely brilliant. Went with some family friends, some old neighbours, because we moved out of town a bit, and our old neighbours where the kids grew up together, and Ewan grew up together with them all. And So we all went on a mint holiday, you know, it was really into Thailand, and then what do you do after that? Come back and London Excel, went to South Africa. Well, unfortunately, I had to come back 3 days early. So, I mean, went to the Kruger Park, you know, to see lions and elephants and that type of thing in their own environment was something special. You see them in a zoo, but it's not just the same. So yeah, we had a great time, but then we had to come back early because Becky's mum fell ill, and unfortunately I lost my second mum, you know, Steph. I mean, Steph will have been at probably 75% of my TT wins. She will have been there, and we've had a tough time, you know, and it's still a tough time. It's still hard on Becky, and I still got my mum and dad. I've still got my gran and granddad on one side, so I don't know that feeling. So, but it's left a big hole for us all. But we're soldiering on, we're battering on the best we can. But yeah, I mean, she took me in my early days. I sort of left home a little bit and went and lived with my nana. Then my nana passed away. Then I moved across in with Becky. And in the early parts of my racing, if it weren't for Steph and Becky's dad and my mum as well, everybody, they all chipped in a little pot to keep me going. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for Becky's mum. So she'll be sadly missed. And then where did we go then? We've been to I went riding in Portugal.
I say you just come back from Portimao, haven't you? So talk to us about that, because.
But I went there first with Tommy and Andrew.
Yeah.
On a little test there, I was like another pair of eyes with the teams. Just, you know, my job sort of changing a little bit at Honda, you know, so I was just sort of overseeing a few things and just another pair of eyes on it. I went out spotting to watch them both ride round, which was really, really cool. London XL show, which was great. Then we did went to Bahrain as well.
Oh yeah, forgot about the Formula One.
Yeah. Went to Bahrain to the Formula One as guests of proper name dropping now. Crown Prince of Bahrain, Salman, who's become a friend. Quite cool to own a country, you know. He's a big hitter, but
you haven't done bad for a brickie from Morecambe, have you? Really? Valentino Rossi, Crown Prince of Bahrain.
A lot of pinch yourself moments, really, but
cool though.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been myself with everybody, you know. When the Crown Prince came to the TT with Stefano Domenicali, he came with the Campagnotti ones, the Pramac team, he came with Ago came. So I said to Ewan, you know, just look after him and that. So Ewan showed him around, this is this is that, this is a super sport bike, just bits and pieces in general. And because we're nice people, that's what we do, you know, and we sort of hit it off a little bit, and bizarrely, you know, he'd watched the whole of the TT on the TT Plus app. Mm-hmm. So, and I saw him at Silverstone Grand Prix last year, car Grand Prix. He's come in the hospitality suite and in the garage, and because he owns McLaren as well. Mm-hmm. And it was funny. He was just saying, "Oh, you had a great race in the senior there. I mean, even your last lap, you did 131.3, and that was your fastest lap." I'm like thinking, he's got his,
he knows his
he's
stuff.
He's got his eye on the ball. So then he invited us to Bahrain. So, and that was Hollywood stuff, you know, loads of film stars and rock stars and all that. But it was cool. Went to his palace for a bit of a party, and yeah, it was really, really special. So we've become, you know, friendly with him. So that was a full family thing, and it was funny because he invited me and Becky, and I said, "I'm sorry, mate, I'm not coming without my family, you know, and the rest of them, because we're a unit. We always have been on that type of thing. You know, sometimes I have to go away and do things on my own, but stuff like that, I wouldn't go without him." And he's no problem. He sorted that. So yeah, we've been on a bit of a roll. It's just been mad. I also had a little test in Estoril. Yeah. I went to Estoril with Andre Compton.
Yeah, there with Hutchie as well, weren't you?
Hutchie was out there. Myself. 3 days. I thought, how's it going to go? January, you know, a bit damp and that, but it turned out lovely. It was really, really nice to ride the bike. You know, no pressure, nobody's judging you, nobody's got a stopwatch on you. It was just going. I hadn't ridden Estoril since 2002. But what a good do. Nice place to stop, good food, good crack with my mates. Ewan came on the spanners, bombed around for 3 days. Yeah, so it's just been a blur. It's just been not had much time at home, but it's been good. The till's been ringing. You know what I mean? We're running a bomb or two here and there. But then the last trip was Portimao for the launch of the 2024 Fireblade.
Yeah, talk to us about that, because all brand new bike, isn't it, really?
Well, the 600 as well, the 600 RR, which is reintroduced, which I think is a perfect bike for that market. I mean, you know, if you're a bit unsure, you know, you're a bit inexperienced, or you're a bit frightened of the big bikes, you know, what a great little machine. It's £10,400, I believe, which is for nothing for the Honda quality. It's auto blipper, quick shifter, fly-by-wire, anti-engine braking, traction control, slipper clutch start. So it's a little racing bike that you can go to the shop for a paper on and also take it on a track. But the blade was mind-blowing. I've ridden a lot of blades, and you think, oh, it's a bit of a facelift. But I was sat in the briefing, and I'm a bugger me, because I don't, you know, I'm not massively technical. I'm not unbelievably half the time listening what's going on. I'm just like, yeah. I ran this briefing, I'm going, this has changed. It's different chassis, swing arms, different materials. It's a bit lighter here. They've lightened the crank. They've done this to the valves. Cams are different. I'm thinking, a lot going on here. Electronics, suspension, the this, that. The brakes are different.
Split throttle body.
Split throttles. You know, I'm just thinking, Christ, there's a lot going on here. And I first rode it, and it weirdly put a smile on my face. Never done that for a long time. I've just started grinning, you know. I was like, wow, this is good. This is really, really good. And love the noises it makes. You know, like, you can hear it, you know, bringing the engine in on the split throttles, and it doesn't matter if you track day on the road. It actually makes you feel like a world superbike rider. Made me feel like a world champion. I was like, this is a world superbike with lights on. I'm battering with Freddie Foray, and we're hurtling round like fair rate of knots in all fairness. It's got more mid-range, feels like it's got more power, it's smoother, it tracks better on the brakes. Yeah, I think it's a positive step. I'm not sure about the wings, maybe it keeps it down, well, that's electronics keeping it down, but, you know, they wheelie quite a lot, them Hondas, and this, you know, the wheelie control has got all that under control, so it was good, you know. I worked with the chief engineer who designed this, the chief engineer who designed the brakes, the chief, and, you know, it was just so there was loads of Japanese around, and it was just an interesting, hard week. Did 2 days filming, 2 days setting everything up, and 6 days flat out with the journalists. And there's French, Swiss, you know, German, Austrian, Czech, Polish, Brits. Brits happened to be the first one to fall off, by the way, in the rain. Fell off the 600 after he was briefed about the first left-hander on the track, but we won't go there. So yeah, I did 1,700 mile on the blade, so I've probably ridden it more than anybody. You know, this year. So
you say it's would you say it's maybe the best blade you've ever ridden? Because in a road bike format, shall we say? Because you've ridden near enough everything.
Do you know what? It's hard to say it's the best, because you know, the 8 to 16 bike for me at the time was the best. But now it's better. It's better. It's new generation. It's new electronic. It's a totally different thing. You know, what you've got in your right hand is off the charts, the power, but it's a pussycat as well. You know, you can ride it 30 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour. You could go to the shop for a paper on it, and go for an ice cream on it, but it's, you know, it's wanting to go, you know. It's an amazing track day bike, absolutely amazing track day bike.
What do you think is a
definitely
race
the best
bike?
thing, you know. I mean, you put your weight in kilograms into the computer, and it sets it up for you. And it's right. It's right. Even I know, you know, click here, click there, and you think, oh, but you as a track day, you know, goer, you can't. All you've got to do is put your weight in and ride it. You know, excuses. You can't come out and go, no, it's not quite right. That it is. Beautiful bike, and you know, it feels like it will do 25,000 miles before you need to start pulling engine apart. It just feels like it'll just run forever.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to get on it when I'm racing. You know, I missed that test opportunity with the rest of the team at Andalusia, but nothing but great feedback from the guys. So I'm excited to get on it. You know, I'm not panicking at the minute. I don't think I need days and days and days on it. I think a couple of days, a day and a half, I'm probably going as fast as I'm going to be going on it. So you know, it's hard at the minute. You know, there's a lot going on. Everybody's running around like lunatics in the racing job and just trying to finalise a few bits. But you know, I have to pinch myself at the minute. People keep, oh, you're all right. You know, I am. I'm 52 in a few weeks, and I've never been in a better place. Apart from results, you know, but the actual life balance, kids. It's really, really good, and I don't feel like I've got 10 bags of cement on my shoulders anymore. You know, I'm just going, you know what, I'm going to ride my bike and enjoy it. And if Honda still, you know, give me the tools to go and enjoy myself, then I will do. And when I stop enjoying it, we'll do something else.
To be fair, you're never going to stop enjoying it, are you? You love it.
I think there's going to come a time where, and I genuinely want there to become a time where I go, I'm done. Because I mean, I'm going back out to Andalusia off my own back, really, with a sponsor, Andre. And I'm only going out there for one thing. I'm not going out there, I'm going out there because I want to be fit, I want to be strong, I want to be in the right position to be able to hold on to the bike. Because if you don't, that thing's going to be out of your hands and you're in trouble big time in a breath. So, you know, when it comes to the point where I'm like, this thing's in front of me, it's time for me to go, you know, I'm out. But at the minute, I'm on top of it, eyesight's still all right. All my sponsors are behind me, my family are behind me, you know. But you can't keep going on and on forever and ever, you know. At some point, even if it's not your fault, something's going to give. So, but it's hard, you know. New bike come out, I'm excited, straight away.
Yeah, and kind of a new teammate as well, shall we say, in Dean. Is that? Do you think that's going to be a little bit more helpful for you this year because all the pressure's not solely on you? If you see what I'm saying, I suppose the last few years with Nathan and the other guys, it's mainly solely been on you. Do you feel that maybe the pressure's shifted the other way a little bit? Maybe?
Yeah, for sure. There's more emphasis on Dean or more eyes on Dean to perform. You know, his bar's higher than mine. He's so close with what the package he's had in the past, and you know, let's hope what he's got can just close that gap and him win. You know, I want him to win. The best man's going to win on the day, and the good man's going to win on the day. I don't particularly think I can help him too much. I can only try. But he's so good at what he does. You know, he's slightly unique in himself. It's not like your traditional come from racing to go road racing. He's gone road racing first to VSB. It's nice to see him evolve from he's like amateur really, lad and dad type thing, or himself, and I think he bought an R1 off the internet and went racing with it to Skerries or something daft. And now he's a fairly established BSB rider and top TT rider, and he's in a good place. He's happy, you know. His family life, everything's good. His kids are mint. He's just good spot. He's in a good spot. I'd love to see him win. You know, I'd love to see him definitely run the top lads a bit closer and get a win for the team, because not that they deserve it. You got to earn it. But you know, Honda have done everything. You can't do any more than what Honda have done this year.
Yeah.
You know, Tommy, Dean, Jack, you know, Nathan, give him Nathan another chance, you know, fair play, and just silly old bugger like me just chipping away, and Andrew as well, Andrew Irwin, you know, fair play, you know, he knocked his hell about a bit last year, and they've, you know, give him the ride again, which is commend them for that, you know.
What else is on the list then for 2024? So for the people out there that are wanting to see you during the year, so obviously Northwest TT, Manx on the pattern.
Manx,
anything
yeah.
else?
Alton Park BSB. I might do a no limits endurance thing because I need
cool.
I need my
Need your signatures.
signatures. I think that's clashes with Navarra. I think
Yep.
there's nothing for me at Navarra. And then maybe brands, the two brands is BSB. I think we've got to see how the year goes with obviously the team's super busy and but the priority races are what you said. I will go and do Goodwood Festival Speed. I'll go and do Goodwood Revival. I'll do the Stars of Darley, which I've always done. We've got six or seven Bennetts days.
Six 6 days this year.
You know, which I really look forward to. So I get to bomb around with all the customers. A little bit more instructing with Neil Mackenzie at Knockhill. There's bits in my diary everywhere, like Honda launches and some ambassador things, and you know, I'd love to do all the BSB rounds, but I don't think, you know, I'll do the ones that I enjoy, you know. I'll go to the Speedway Grand Prix at Cardiff, I'll do all the bits and pieces. My diary's full of things to do and cool things to do as well, you know. I'll go to F1 at Silverstone, go to MotoGP at Silverstone. A part of me wants to do Macau again. I know I shouldn't, and I don't know why I'm even saying it, but I ummed and ahed and dragged my flipping heels a little bit. And last year I was like, when everybody went, I was like, what sort of wanted to be there. Such a weird track, such a different track, you know. But I'd like to do Daytona again as well. When I seen everybody at Daytona, I was well jealous. But no, you know, diary's full of cool things to do. I'm not going anywhere just yet. I'm going to carry on doing what I do. Just hope I stay in one piece, you know. I haven't got any massive targets, so nothing left to prove now, have I? But if I just, you know, if I'm in one piece to survive all the races and a few more silver replica trophies in cabinet, and you know, I think my work's sort of done at that.
I think finally then, before we wrap it up and I head on the 2-hour drive home, we're probably maybe about a month now away from the start of the BSB season. So who do you think is going to be the champion come October at Brands Hatch? Because obviously you've got Glenn back on the Ducati, you've got your new teammate in Tommy on the Honda, Jason on the Kawasaki, Kyle and Ryan on Yamahas. There's plenty of names thrown into the hat.
I think there's going to be a few surprises. I think Dean Harrison will surprise a few.
Okay.
I don't think probably not possible they can win the championship. I think that Danny Kent will be strong on that Yam, especially at some circuits. It's really hard to look past the wily old ones, the mid-30-year-old ones with all the experience. You know, they pull out a pit lane at Alton Park, and there's a damp patch at Druids. You know, the wind's blowing somewhere, which is that's the nature of our tracks. You know, and they're narrow and fast, and they just know it inside out. They hit the ground running, you know, and do. Hard to look past them lads, you know. I'd like to see Rory get in there, Rory Skinner, but I don't know. Rookies, it's hard for he's not a rookie, is he? But them young ones, not just the full package yet. You know, Navarro will be interesting because it's a clean sheet of paper. Nobody's got any data. I hope that the Ducati team with Glenn and PBM team, of course, I've got a long relationship with them guys. I don't know Jordan and Frank well. Obviously, I held them in my arms when they were babies. I was more or less there when they were born. So I just hope they've got the budget to run it all. I don't want to pry into loads of details, and I don't know any details. But you know, I hope they've just got fresh stuff to be able to be competitive right through the year. Obviously, hard to look past Glenn, but Navarro will be there. I think if Tommy goes to Navarro and he's at the sharp end, I think that will be a great foundation for the rest of the year, because it's sort of a clean sheet, if that makes sense, you know. But he's up for it. Tommy's up for it. He's keen, you know. Quirky, interesting bloke, like, you know. I don't think I've worked with a lot of riders, and you know, different Aussies and Kiwis and Irish and you name it. I've worked them all, but like Tommy's like different. Sort of super curve mold me a bit, but he's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he knows what he wants. You know, he's a winner. You know, he's a winner. So the Honda's a winner. It's just what will be on the day. You know, and it comes down to, you know, the only can be only one winner. You know, I'd love to see Tommy win it. But it's just it never ceases to be anything different but super exciting, that VSP, doesn't it? It works fantastic. You know, it normally goes down to the last race, and that's all we want. All we want is good racing, strong results. You know, Honda need to be back on the podium. Last year there was not one podium, which is absolutely unheard of for Honda. So they know what they need to do, and then, you know, whoever lifts that trophy is going to be the best one over. How many races is it?
33.
33 races. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Well, John, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for having us. I'm sure we'll catch up during the year over certain points.
Absolutely.
But good luck in 2024.
Cheers, mate.